Yo guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I watched a documentary about Hayao Miyazaki called Miyazaki Spirit of Nature. Alright, so Miyazaki Spirit of Nature tells us all about the life and work of Hayao Miyazaki, director of insanely well-made movies like Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, My Neighbor Totoro, and a lot more films. And yes, this documentary tells you exactly everything you want to know and exactly everything you need to know about some of these works. Like, it tells you everything that inspired the movies that he has made. It tells you something about Princess Mononoke, and then it tells you everything that was the idea and how Princess Mononoke came to life, or Porco Rosso, or if I said it correctly, Porco Rosso? I have no idea, sorry. I'm extremely bad with titles. And yeah, it tells you how that one was first a lighthearted film, then stuff happened in real life and it wasn't as lighthearted as anymore, and how Spirited Away came to be, and how Howl's Moving Castle came to be, and My Neighbor Totoro came to be. And it's extremely insightful and it's really interesting to watch. And the best thing that this movie does is talk about the events in real life that Hayao Miyazaki witnessed or was a part of, and how certain aspects of that event inspired the thing that he then put in his film. And he shows us with, and they show us with footage of those films to make sure that you really want to revisit or just first time visit all of those movies with that information in the back of your mind, to just enjoy these movies a lot more. Even though they are already great, they are already some of the biggest pieces of animation and best pieces of animation out there. With this information and with this documentary, you really want to go and visit all of those projects and all of those movies, because they are so insanely interesting and so insanely important to see. And the movie makes sure that you know how important they are, and that you know how good that they are. And that is something I can really think of as being a great thing about this documentary. On the other hand, I do also feel like it is a little bit flat. You have some information about everything that happens, and then how it inspired the movie. Something that happens, the movie. Something that happens, the movie. Something, haha, Hayao Miyazaki is a great man, the movie. Studio Ghibli was having troubles, and the other stuff. It really feels, even though it's a documentary and of course it's very logical, I really love when a documentary makes you, even tells a story during its documentary from start to finish, and you have this flowing story that goes through it, whereas Miyazaki Spirit of Nature sometimes feels like it's just a cinematic equivalent of the Wikipedia page of Hayao Miyazaki's work. And it's not really that insightful, it's not really that big and bombastic, it's not really that important, and it will not stick with you long enough to see this documentary as being one of the greatest documentaries ever made. It's just interesting enough because the topics are interesting enough, but the way this movie is edited and the way this movie is made, it just feels like it's some kind of equivalent of a Wikipedia page, which is making you feel in the end like, okay, yeah, very nice to see, but I could have read it somewhere and I would have known about it. If you know a lot about the movies already and about how they got made, then you will also just not find any new information in the documentary. It's just very on nose. This is what happened in real life, and this is what Miyazaki did with it in his films, and that is about it. It's not a lot else going on. It's not about who Miyazaki was as a person. There is a very cute shot of him driving his little red car, which is really nice, but it's about as the biggest personal thing you feel from Hayao Miyazaki in this film, which is sad because, of course, Hayao Miyazaki's films are awesome and films are great. It just feels like you don't know a lot more than you could have already known if you took a deeper interest in the movies that he has made. It's really on the surface, and I really wanted them to dig a little bit deeper into Miyazaki himself and how he perceived some things in his films apart from the things that are blatantly obviously shown to you in the films he has made about these topics. In the end, I still enjoyed this movie for what it was, and I still enjoyed seeing the inspiration for all of his films, and that is absolutely the best thing about it. The documentary in and of itself isn't awful. It's still pretty well made, even though it feels like a Wikipedia page. It's still very interesting to watch, and if you are a big fan of Hayao Miyazaki, I could definitely recommend for you to go and watch this one. In the end, I will give this one 3.5 stars. In the end, I will give this movie 3 stars. I thought it was decent enough to be worth checking out, but it's just not something incredibly great that you will start to think about if they're talking about great documentaries. It's not that great. Alright, what did you think of this one? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'd like to see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye bye.